it's been a reasonably long process, but one that's certainly worthwhile. Luke comes to us with a great background, both having played the game at the highest level over 11 years, but then moving into coaching, both at a local amateur level, but then through to having some great stints at Collingwood, and most recently at Hawthorn, where he has enjoyed great success with their backline, particularly over the last 2 years, winning a couple of premierships. We were always aiming for the 17th of November was a bit of a date that we were heading towards. It wasn't a hardline date, given that we didn't want to have anything that would compromise the process itself or dilute it. But knowing that our entire group were back this coming Monday was a time frame that we were hoping to hit. Really pleased we have, but what I do want our members to know is that at no time did compromise the process. It was really thorough. We had some great assistance. Chris Grant, as I mentioned today, was the chair of the committee. John Worsfold provided some unbelievable insights, obviously unbelievable success as a player and a coach, and just his knowledge of the game, but also the things that a coach requires and needs to have was outstanding. Luke Darcy, obviously well known to Bulldogs people. In reality, he watches as many games as anyone at the moment through his TV and radio work, and has a real high level of understanding of the game itself. And obviously Graham and myself from a day-to-day club perspective. I mentioned today we used two organisations, one called DDI Australia and another one, Egon Zender, who assisted us with psychological profiling, psychometric profiling, that really helps you get an understanding for what makes these candidates tick. The DDI stuff in particular would be profiled against 160 coaches through the AIS of all sports throughout Australia, which was really useful. And then you throw into that, the regular things you'd expect, like background checking, the interview process itself, which was pretty prescriptive, but also allowed the candidates to show a bit of creative flair as well too. So a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of help from some great people, and we're really excited by the end result. I think our members even saw briefly today, but we'll get to know Luke. He's reasonably understated, but there's certainly a genuineness to him. He knows the game, so the technical, tactical side of things is something that he's really comfortable with, obviously, and has an excellent hold of. But I think the element of being able to build relationships, create unity within a group, wherever he's gone, he's been able to have a real impact from that respect, whether it's sort of St Bede's Mentone at an amateur level through to Collingwood and Hawthorn. When you speak to people, and for that matter even his corporate work as well, when you speak to people who've worked with him, what they tend to suggest is that Luke's got an ability to bring people together, bring teams together, and not only make it an enjoyable environment, but one that's highly accountable and effective. And you throw all that together, and that's clearly the sort of traits that you want in a senior coach. He certainly brings with him, I think, a modern flair in terms of the way he'll coach, the way he'll relate with the players. And all in all, I think it's a really good appointment for the club. Yeah, Luke enunciated a really clear vision that he has for the most effective football department throughout the process. And he also talked about the fact that he's really looking forward to working with the staff that we currently have in place, both coaches and football department staff. I mentioned today that we've never had a more heavily resourced Western Bulldogs football department, both in terms of numbers and also technical capability and ability to assist our players be the best they can be. So Luke's got a clear vision, and we want to really assist him add to our current coaching staff. So we'll take a bit of time over the next couple of weeks in particular and start to think about what we'll need to assist Luke, but it's not something we're going to rush into overnight.